AD defensively, as you guys are trying to figure this out, obviously the personnel is really different from last year. Does it start at point of attack with like containment and stuff like that, or is it just a matter of like team defense is always going to be team defense and you guys have to get together?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to contain the ball one on one, win our one on one matchups. But if a guy get beat, which guys are going to get beat off the dribble or off a closeout, then our team defense have to be there. And it's not just guarding the first action. They drive, kick it, swing, pick and roll, swing, drive. Like, it's multiple actions. And that's where we got to get better, just playing through the whole 24.
Is that where the Warriors got you guys like on second and third stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of covered the first. And there was the second and third action. You got Steph and Poole just running around. If you relax for 1 second, they're flying off. So it's a second, third, fourth action that we got to continue to get better at.
AD, when Avery opted out and didn't join you guys in the bubble, is that something did you guys talk to him about that? And did he explain kind of his situation to any of you guys? And then kind of beyond that, what's it like to have him back after being away for a year and a half?
Yeah, he explained the situation to us. I think it's better if he tell you the situation, but it's something that we respected. Obviously, with everything was going on, guys' families and their personal beliefs or whatever it was, we respected it, and we tried to get him back. I think this summer as well. What he brings to our team is unmatched in this league. Defensively, he comes in and hit 2 big threes. But just having that defensive presence, pick a guy up 94 feet, get into the ball. And so it was good when we had the opportunity to get him back this year as well. We love him here. Real cool with him. But I think the whole bubble thing is kind of a thing that he should talk to you guys about.
Rob's describing you and LeBron as stakeholders when it comes to roster decision making. So was there conversations with him at any point this summer about Avery, or right after the Golden State situation happened where he was waived?
No, I think this summer when we knew that he probably could get bought up by Miami?
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston. Got brought up to us, and Rob obviously asked us because the whole bubble situation and all that, just make sure we were all good. I'm like, we were all good. And then this summer, like I said, we knew we had the opportunity, from the buyout. We talked to him for a little bit, didn't work out. And then we had another opportunity, and we were able to get him the third time around. So, we definitely want him here. Like I said, what he can bring to us defensively and offensively is, something that we need.
Do you think that's something you needed all year long? Because his contract situation, he doesn't have that guarantee yet.
I think it's something that we had to look at when our other guys come back. We got a lot of guys down, so we definitely need them for sure right now. But Wayne's out, K-Nunn is out, Taylor's out, our wings are down. And so we got to make sure that we fill those spots, and he can do that. If you come in playing like you did, then I don't have to make those decisions, So, but I know he'll come in and perform, and when that time comes to make those decisions, we'll do what's best for the team.
I know you were talking the other day, you and LeBron, about Russ being hard on himself after the game. What was he like today in practice?
He was himself, just as a person and on the floor. He got to some of his moves from post ups, where he scores, some dribble back downs where he scores, some dribble pull ups off the glass. His go to when he scores, talking shit. I mean, he's talking shit to everybody and all that. So he was his normal self, and it's good to see that. Obviously, he had a day off to kind of just reflect, get over it, flush it, and then come back to practice and get back to being himself. And then hopefully it carries over tomorrow where he can be Russell Westbrook.
AD, when it comes to being a leader, and not just with Russ, but for this moment, I guess, when it comes to him, have you guys figured out just what he needs in the moments to maybe lock back in, or what you guys can provide and give him?
We know him as a person, as a friend, brother, but it's our first time. I mean, we play on the Olympic team, but that's obviously totally different. All-Star games is totally different. But to play in a season with them. This is me and Bron's first time, and so it takes time to kind of figure out, okay, this is what he needs to, draw him back in, or this is what we need to run to kind of get him going, or this is what he likes to do. Only playing 3 preseason games, him and Bron, so that rhythm is still coming with all 3 of us, but he's very vocal, and we know he makes sure we know when he doesn't like something. So we're going to make sure that we can do whatever we can to try to help him speed that process up to get him going. But, he'll be fine. He just got to be himself, like I said before, and, everything will work out for him.
Maybe all throughout the preseason, 2 nights ago, you've been playing with a huge amount of energy, really active. Is there like a renewed sense of just love to be out there based on after everything you went through last season?
Oh, for sure. I think last season kind of made me realize I want to play. I love to play the game, and not being able to play for a significant part of the season was just very frustrating. And so now, being out there, wanting to play the preseason games, and obviously game 1, just have that energy, that sense of urgency, and all the things that you need to be successful. The game of basketball is fun. The guys that we have on the team, they're fun to play with, cool to be around, which makes that a lot easier to go out there. And then when you got, Russell Westbrook out there and it's constantly running around and being a loose cannon out there running around, you kind of just match that energy. You got guys who can push you, Doe, Dwight, DJ, Bron, Melo, all these guys always pushing me to be better and better. And so that kind of brings you more juice. So, but I think a lot of it comes from just not being able to play as much as I wanted to last year.
Right. When it comes to individual honors, do you ever play or think about being MVP in the league, defensive player of the league, those things that you have?
When the season's over, hopefully I can be in those talks. I always want to be in the conversation. I think I'm that caliber of player, but while I'm playing or in the course of a season, I don't really listen to it. Obviously, my teammates kind of tell me like, "Yo, this is what we need. This is what we need. This is what we want you to get." But me personally, I don't really think about it much. If it happens, it happens. If I go out there and do what I'm supposed to do, hopefully it comes. But it's not something that I go out there in every game like, okay, you need to go win MVP this game, and this game needs to be a significant game or a crazy game. Go get 50 and stuff like that. I just play within the game and let the game come to me. And by the end of the year, if that's enough to win an individual award, then I'll be glad.
Is it important to be considered a really good or great two-way player in the league?
I think I am. I mean, I don't think it's many two-way players in the league, so I think I'm already up there, but it's something I don't want to get away from. I want to make sure I'm able to keep that narrative where I, can be effective on the offensive end and the defensive end.
All right, we'll end with Travell on Zoom, please.
Hey, what's up, Anthony? Just considering what the personnel is this year, maybe being a little smaller on the
Wait,
perimeter.
is that a Padres hat?
With the Ariza, what's that?
Is that a Padres hat?
No, it's South Bay.
Oh,
South
okay.
Bay.
I was say SD. Oh my
Yeah, appreciate you asking that. It's definitely not a Packers hat. I can tell you that.
It's past week 5, so we take no more bandwagon applications anymore. So, yeah.
I can say anything about Aaron Rodgers in the future.
All right, thank you. That's it.
All right. Are we good?
Yep.
Does that change how you would play at all, and how you can play when you guys are small? Just given that typically in the past couple of years you've had some bigger personnel with you at the 5, but how does that affect things, and how does that, if at all, affect the way that you play defense this year?
I think when I'm at the 4, we got another guy, Dwight or DJ out there. Defensively, it allows me to roam a little bit more, so I can get the weak side blocks and the weak side steals and things like that. When I'm at the 5, I'm usually in the paint a lot, or in a pick and roll. So if a guy's coming off or he swings it and the guy drive, I'm not usually there to help as much. So that's the main difference. But also it helps us with our defense when I'm at the 5, where we can just switch everything and keep guys in front. You know, when I'm not, you know, then we got the other bigs who we don't want to switch with, and now, you know, we in rotations, and so that's the thing that we're looking at. You know, that's the thing we're looking at on the defensive end to try to figure out what helps us best. You know, a couple seasons ago, we played big with JaVale and Dwight, and the end of quarters, midway through quarters, we switched to me at the 5. So that's something we're also looking at. So I think it's going to take a couple games just to see what's most beneficial for our team and go from there.